Yoda Soda Creations, but kiss girlfriends to each other. This is Stevie Older recent. August double hitter, day one. Forgot the Discord mic. Hello and welcome to Yoda Soda Creations, the podcast. Girlfriends to which methods suck movie sequel to recent. August double hitter, side A.
Yeah, I was in Vegas last week. Yeah, setup wasn't exactly great. It was spotty at times. And, just spending time with family and all that. Uh, yeah,
For,
I do actually have... Oh, go ahead.
and for me, I was elsewhere for the majority of Saturday. Didn't get back until a pretty late point, so as I somewhat initialized, so yeah, that was decent-ish planning.
Yeah,
Granted,
it also helps that... Oh, yeah.
granted, I wasn't sure exactly how things would go on your end, but still.
Yeah. It also helps that I actually have Saturday free this week. I didn't actually plan on it, because on the big calendar there was supposed to be a private party. But yeah, I got the schedule for this week. Saturday was clear. Now, according to my aunt, who also works at the same place as I do, supposedly it's supposed to be one of those pre-wedding parties, but apparently the couple decided not to get married. Ooh. Yeah. Also, today we were celebrating my mom's birthday, so it's also nice that I was able to have the day off so I could do that. Ugh. But yeah, I do actually have game video, but I decided, like, okay, it's gonna be a double anyway, and the Vegas recap's probably gonna take a while, so I can save that for Sunday. So buckle in, kids. This is gonna be a long story.
And hopefully,
S-
for me, strategies I'm trying to play out on account of temperatures and the like will somehow work.
yeah. So the story proper begins on Wednesday last week. So I get picked up, and we start heading to the freeway. Like, airport's decently close by, just over the bridge. And so we're going to the on-ramp, off-ramp, the ramp to get onto the freeway. And, well, so one of the homeless people in the area was crossing the street, because there's kind of like a homeless somewhat camp over there. They actually had like a nice hammock set up. So the car in front of us stopped. We stopped. The car behind us stopped. The car behind them did not stop. So already starting things off with a bang. Yeah. Thankfully, no one was hurt. Well, okay, so the car was kind of dented a bit, but everything was fine. And lucky for us, the flight was actually delayed by an hour, so we weren't late or anything. So we get to the airport, we check our bags in, and we sit down to wait about 2-ish hours until the flight leaves. Now, of course, I haven't had anything to eat yet, so I stop off at the Tillamook place and have a okay burger. and I get myself a nice chai tea. So, here's the setup. My mom's in a wheelchair. Well, she has a walker, but obviously we had to check that in. But as such, she actually basically gets to be one of the first people on the plane. Meanwhile, me and my dad are in Group C, near the back actually. So we're some of the last people to get in. So we finally get on the plane, and I get in, and there's my mom, very front row, and the middle seat is available. By the way, this is Southwest. They do open seating, basically first come, first serve. So I figured, like, okay, seat next to my mom's open, front row, sure. No seat to put stuff under, but whatever. I'll appreciate the extra leg room. It's a little cramped, but fine. So flight goes fine. We get to Vegas, and at baggage claim we meet up with my grandma. So she came in from Kentucky. We were actually there celebrating her birthday. Well, we celebrated her birthday a few days later, but anyway. So we get all packed, we get all our stuff, and get the rental car, go to the condo. My family has a timeshare, so really nice place. And yeah, for the most part, other than that, Wednesday is fairly uneventful. Like, we get in, do a bit of shopping. Other than that, nothing really happened. So, not Tuesday, Thursday. So, my dad, before the trip, my dad had actually won some tickets to go to a taping of Penn and Teller's Fool Us. So me, my dad, my grandma, and her friend Madeline, we head out to go see the show. Meanwhile, my mom's has invited some of her Vegas friends over to play Cards Against Disney. So we go to the taping. My grandma also has a walker, so we of course get like the good early seating options. Of course, we have to sign the usual paperwork as like, oh hey, you might be on TV, that fun stuff. So we get in, and it's like, yeah, we get to see some of the acts. Really nice. Penn and Teller were there, of course. We didn't actually get to see them perform. Apparently, they do that sometimes on the show, but I guess that was recorded on a previous day or whatever. And like I said, you get to see the acts, and they also recorded some of the intro bits and commercial break bits. So it's like, oh, now applaud. And we were there for about 4 hours. Honestly, after a while, my hands were starting to get a bit sore just from all the applauding. But actually, some of the acts were pretty good. Actually, turns out it was the final taping of the season. Apparently it starts airing in October on the CW. So I'm actually gonna have to keep an eye out to see what episodes I'm in, because if the shots are actually used, because yeah, how they do things is like, depending on how many people fool them on any given shoot, they might actually split the bits up into different episodes, so it's not like all filled with fools and non-fools and all that stuff. But yeah, it was like decent show. Some of the some of the acts are a bit lame. Others were actually pretty good. So, get out of there, we head back, and yeah, we head out to the Black Bear Diner for dinner. Food's really good. And yeah, that's it for Thursday. Friday, I believe we decided to take it easy just because, like, yeah, it was a long day the other day, and sort of. And unlike with my aunt, we actually decided, like, okay, we're not just like every day we're gonna spend all day doing stuff. We're gonna take it easy. And it's probably for the best because, so, weather. Now, typically, August, Vegas, you expect, like, oh, 100 something degrees. So, Friday, we got a flash flood warning.
And I
Yeah,
think,
we brought the Portland.
I have a good idea of events close by, of natural events close by that might have something to do with it.
Thanks, Hillary. Or as we said, yeah, we brought the Pacific Northwest weather with us. I mean, okay, so yeah, it was a bit wet, but overall the weather was very pleasant the whole week. Like, honestly, best summer week in Vegas we could have had. So yeah, Thursday, Friday, we didn't really do much. What else did we? Yeah, Friday was just like chill. Now Saturday, we split the party. So my dad, my grandma, and Madeline went to go to the Grand Canyon. Now they originally planned to go to Grand Canyon South, which is national park or whatever, but because of the weather, they had to go to Grand Canyon East, which is an Indian reserve. So yeah, don't really know much of the details there, but apparently after the rain stops, the tarantulas come out. Meanwhile, me and my mom went to Omega Mart. So we actually got the VIP passes, a bit extra as far as cost goes, but it comes with a complimentary pin, a free drink at the bar, and 15% off a purchase of $50 or more at the gift shop. So we schedule our thing for 2 o'clock. We get there a bit early, so we check out one of the other shops at Area 15. And actually, both actually buy some really nice fans for half off. Mine has mushrooms on it. Ooh, there's an idea. Tomorrow, before I actually start up the video, I can actually show off some of the pictures I took of like the stuff I picked up. But yeah, so the time finally arrives, so we head into Omega Mart, and pretty cool place. Of course, I buy some merchandise. Like, so I picked up a couple cans of gender fluids, lavender and lemon sparkling water, a kind of bottle of bog water, mostly stagnant water, bottled right near the source, a bottle of Gut Monkey's ginger ale, a spray bottle of Who Told You This Is Butter. It's a home freshening spray. Actually, it smells just like buttered popcorn. A couple shirts, some potato chips that may or may not just be original flavor Pringles, some unshelled Juju Bears, what else? A plushie. Although the plushie was from the gift shop, not Omega Mart. Anyway, so we explored a bit. I didn't go to all the nooks and crannies because, like I said, my mom has a walker, so we couldn't exactly fit through the tight spaces or upstairs. And I figured, like, if I go to Vegas again, of course I'm going back to Omega Mart. You know? So I was like, yeah, next time. So we check out, we get our stuff, and we head over to the bar for our free drink. Pretty cool place. I had a apple juice, my mom had an Omega Rita, and I actually had the thought of like getting my dad his Friday beer there, because like they have a canned beer. But apparently you can't take it outside, so, that plan was foiled. Yeah, the whole Friday beer thing is like a tradition they have. My mom picks out a beer that preferably my dad hasn't had before. So we get out of Omega Mart. Now we planned the original plan was to get an Uber pickup at about 6 o'clock. At this point, it's about 4. Yeah, we kind of overestimated how long it was going to take. Well, actually, not quite 4 yet, but by the time we finish up Area 15, it'll be about 4 o'clock. So we go to the Meow Wolf gift shop and pick up Meow Wolf plush, a patch for my cousin, and a Meow Wolf hat. Now, originally I was getting that for myself, but apparently my head's too big for most head accessories, so I decided, like, you know what? My cousin's wife can have that. She'd like that. Also, they sell single socks. Buy 3, get 1 free. So yeah, so check out there. I get my 15% off. So, things are good. There's actually a Rocket Fizz in Area 15. It's like a weird snack soda place. And my mom's happy because she managed to find some birch beer. She really likes birch beer, but it's kind of hard to find sometimes. So yeah, we finish up there, and by this point, the smoke machine's starting to get to my mom because she has occasional asthma issues, and she didn't bring her asthma thing with her because, hey, it's Vegas, weather's gonna be fine, and not at all humid. So she sits down, starts, eating, ordering the Uber, and while she's doing that, I decided, like, you know what? I'm gonna get her a nice treat. So I stop by one of the other places at Area 15, and I get us each a strawberry matcha mochi bubble tea. Strawberry boba, whole milk, strawberry puree, matcha soft serve topped with mini rainbow mochi. Actually, it's pretty good. So yeah, we order the Uber, we head outside, and yeah, the benches are wet. Yeah, apparently it rained while we were inside, and actually started sprinkling a little bit while we waited. So we get home a bit early, and yeah, I actually order us some food. Yeah, they're like, okay, gonna be a little bit before they get back. Then they get back, and everything's fine, and yeah, I think that's it for Saturday. Now Sunday's interesting. S- Yeah, I think it was Sunday that we went out to this Hawaiian place, L&L Hawaiian something or other. Actually, found out about the place while I was in Seattle for NorwestCon, and they happened to have a location up the road from where we were staying. So we go there for lunch. Everyone else actually really likes the food there. Good prices too. So, the evening plans. So remember how I mentioned that we had a timeshare? Yeah, we've actually been part of the timeshare for so long. We got some free tickets to a thing in Vegas. Now, my dad originally wanted to go see Tape Face, but apparently he was booked up all the way till the end of the month. So instead, we got 5 tickets to go see the Tournament of Kings at the Excalibur. Jousting, sword fighting, flamethrower! And it comes with a free meal. Cornish game hen, nice dinner roll, corn on the cob, roasted potatoes, absolutely no utensils. Actually, it was pretty fun. Like, the food was good. Personally, I'm not much a fan of, food with bones involved, but I managed to deal with it, picked most of the meat off of the bones. And the show was good too. Yeah, I was like in the downstairs portion of the Excalibur. And, or as I call it, Dave and Buster's secret bunker. Yeah, it's just like all sorts of typical Dave and Buster's arcade and stuff games. I mean, hell, they had a Bop It machine. I didn't even know that was a thing. Turns out it is. Yeah. Oh, cool. But yeah, show was fun, and I mean, hey, free dinner and a show. Who can argue with that? So, Monday rolls around, and what did? Oh yes, Monday. My grandma and Madeline decided to take it easy that day, so me, my mom, and my dad went down to the Vegas Strip. We took the shuttle to the Excalibur, went through Excalibur, and on the way, my mom got accosted by a pearl vendor. Pearls straight from the oyster themselves. Yeah, that was kind of cool, whatever, and they chatted for a while. Meanwhile, I checked out the gift shop. Well, the gift shop in the back of the Excalibur. The gift shop in the front of the Excalibur actually had some Japanese Skittles, but I didn't pick those up because I figured, like, okay, it's a Vegas gift shop, they're probably severely overpriced. But while I was there, I found this nice shirt. I was like, okay, if I don't spend too much money today, I'll be coming back for that. So we head out the back of the Excalibur, go down the ramp, head up the elevator, go across the sky bridge into New York, New York. So we get in there, and yeah, there's this guy selling LED picture hats, light up hats or whatever. And it's like, okay, that's cool. Like, oh, one of those hats is $75. Yeah, no. My mom's like close by looking at regular hats. She also ends up declining. She thinks about it for a while, decides to think about it over or the trip, but ends up declining. Excuse me. So we head on through the New York, New York to the Hershey store. I don't actually buy anything there because I mean, it's Hershey. That's kind of plain as far as stuff goes. So they did pick up a few things here and there. My dad really wanted. Okay, my dad can't have the 5-pound Hershey bar, but he wanted it. But yeah, it's like I did, however, start making plans. So you head out of the Hershey store, head up another elevator, go across another sky bridge, head back down, and then it's off to the M&M store. Eh, I've been to the M&M store before. It's okay. It's just like, eh. I was briefly tempted by the campfire s'mores M&Ms, but it's like, eh. I did buy like a hairband, but turns out it doesn't really fit me, so I gave it to my mom.
Okay.
Uh, so after that, we headed over to the Coca-Cola store. Now by this point, we were starting to get a little bit thirsty, and so we head upstairs, get some drinks. My mom had a nice caramel cold brew float. I had the lavender lemonade. Actually, very refreshing drink. Lavender syrup, mint. Comes with a complimentary plastic Coke glass. Very nice. Other than that, I didn't really pick anything up. Okay, so I bought a few things, but it's because my mom asked. I think she picked up some stocking stuffers for later this year. And I also picked up an energy drink because I got, it was a flavor I don't think I'd had before, and figured like, while I'm here, why not? So our final stop before heading back was, I forget what it's called, but it's like that gift shop near the end of the strip before you start getting to like Target or Walgreens or whatever. And we picked up some shot glasses because my mom actually picked up some soju, and we needed something to put it in. I also picked, while I was there, I also bought my mom a drink. I forget what it was. I want to say it was like a Powerade. And I got myself a vitamin water, I believe. So we start heading back. So we heading back through the Hershey store bottom floor. And while they're poking around for some gifts to get my aunt, I get myself a Reese's peanut butter shake. It was actually pretty good. So we head back, slowly making our way through the not yet, not yet. New York, New York, and then the Excalibur. And when we get in there, I decided, like, okay, I didn't really spend all that much money. I'm getting my shirt. I'll show that off tomorrow. So we're going through the Excalibur. At this point, it's like, okay, so the shuttle from the Excalibur runs every hour at the 30-minute point of the hour. And ooh, yeah, we're probably not making it there, so we're probably gonna be here for another hour or so. Also, my mom chats with the Pearl Lady again. So we're heading through the Excalibur. We get near the entrance, and my dad asks me what time it is. I check my watch, and it's like 6:28. Run! So we start quickly making our way towards the entrance, and just as we get out, the shuttle to the condo shows up. Like, okay, that was perfect timing. So we get back earlier than we expected, and we have dinner. Tuesday. Tuesday is mostly a chill day. My mom and my dad check out the outlet mall nearby. I stay around with my grandma and Madeline. Also, I didn't really use my laptop all that much. I actually have like a week of videos to get caught up on, but most of the free time I had, I was on my Steam Deck playing modded Slay the Spire. So they get back. My mom's feet are killing her. Actually, while they're out, actually head over to the hot tub. Yeah, actually, the World Mark location had like several pools, a lazy river, a hot tub. Nice place. But yeah, so they get back, and originally the plan was to maybe go to Fremont Street to check out the gift shops, but yeah, my mom used up all the durability in her feet for that day, so we decided to take it easy for the day. Besides, it's the day before the flight back. You don't want to overexert yourself. So we chill for a bit, and at around, I want to say 3 or 4 o'clock, we decided like, okay, what's the dinner plan? And it was either Grandma or Madeline thought like, hey, why not do a buffet? Now the hard part was finding the buffet that was actually open for dinner and affordable. Yeah, it turns out a lot of the cheap buffets close at 3. But we ended up going to the South Point Garden Buffet. Actually, pretty decent food. Had a nice mix of Italian, Asian, and Mexican. And for dessert, I had a slice of German chocolate cake and banana cream pie. Actually, so my grandma didn't originally plan on having dessert, but she saw the German chocolate cake and it was basically like, shit. So she had my dad get her a slice. Yeah, that was nice. So we headed back, started packing stuff, and yeah. So for Wednesday, I originally planned on waking up at 6 o'clock, but a loud sound woke me up at 5:30. So I figured, like, you know what? I'm awake enough. I can at least see my grandma off because her flight was at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and she had to leave at like 6. So I see her off. My dad goes with to help with the luggage, and I'm just chilling. I did most of the packing. I'm waiting at this point. Like, okay, take shower, wait a bit, uh, straighten my hair, and wait for that to cool down so I can pack that. Thankfully, I didn't actually buy all that much stuff, so I was able to fit everything in. So I'm just like, on my Steam Deck playing Slay the Spire as usual. So my dad gets back. Apparently, Madeline's doing some stuff. Checkout time's at 10, so I was like, okay, everything's packed up, and where's Madeline? So we ended up extending our checkout time to 11, but at around 10:15, she shows up. Turns out she was delayed at the casino a bit. Had to fill out some paperwork because she had won $1,500. Yeah, I was like, okay, that's reasonable. So I helped Madeline pack up her car. I, I, I forget where she lives, but she drove in. It's like 2 or 3 hours away where she lives or something. So yeah, we pack up the rental car, head back to the place, go to the airport, check in our stuff, get my mom her wheelchair, and go to where we're gonna get on the plane. Again, we have a couple hours to wait, so I decided I'm gonna get something to eat. And they just so happened to have a Shake Shack there. I'd never been to Shake Shack, so I figured, you know what the hell, why not? So I go there, I get the Shake Stack, which is like a cheese-filled portobello mushroom on top of a cheeseburger with a special sauce. It usually comes with tomato and lettuce, but I don't like that typically. And with that, I had a black and white shake. Actually, the burger was really good, and it turns out there's a Shake Shack right next to Pal's in downtown Portland, so that's good to know. Also, on the way back, I hit up the cookie dough vending machine for a nice s'mores cookie dough. So I get back. It's my dad's turn to go food shopping, so he heads over to Shake Shack to get him and my mom some food. And we just chill for a bit, waiting for the plane. So it turns out from Vegas, a person with a wheelchair can actually have one companion with them. So me and my mom get the same seats we had on the way over to Vegas. Slightly cramped and my legs were starting to get sore after a while, but overall not too bad. And yeah, get to Portland, get our stuff, and get dropped off. And that's where I'm going to leave that story until tomorrow. Normally it would be... Okay, so normally the story would be up until when the podcast normally would have been, but I figured, like, get the whole Vegas thing out of the way, So... Oh, also, the Hawaiian place. Turns out they also expanded over to Beaverton. Like, oh, I don't have to drive 200 miles to have their food anymore. Yay! But yeah, really nice trip, pleasant weather. Got to spend time with my grandma. Last time, last time I saw her was when I got my GED, which was like a decade ago. So yeah, fun times. But yeah, that was my Vegas trip. How was your previous week?
Starting with the Sunday of the con, checkup went thankfully pretty smooth. They also managed to hold whatever bags I wasn't going to lug around for the majority of the day, as with most places I've been to.
Okay.
Almost forced for the choice, almost forced for the choice for events that morning, but choice thankfully wasn't disappointing. As usual, lots of good game show shenanigans. Actually found some time in between, so spent some time at the electronic gaming area.
Hmm.
Oh wait, actually I did a little bit of convention shopping, not just for souvenirs, but also whatever whatever of interest was possible in the vendor hall. Hopefully I could have a chance with one particular individual somewhere else, if not next year.
Yeah.
Got an interesting question on our way to a fellow and arguably more popular motorsports brony. Did put some thought into a side event shortly afterwards, but sometimes I always think correctly, like I don't know exactly if this point it's possible I could possible my course could handle it. Hopefully I'll be in a better state when something comes up again. But instead that was actually when I headed over towards electronic gaming. They surprisingly had a Minecraft setup, so dust off my skills to the best of my abilities, and then played a little bit on that. So good friends of shared interests for closing ceremonies, even met one of their mothers, who was there to pick him up shortly afterwards. Then remember something you were interested in, though. Of course, the Veronicon trip might have offset that a bit, but still, I thought it would be fantastic if they thought it would be fantastic about the custom keys they had pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
Turns out the hotel move has a bit of an effect on that, and
Right.
hopefully at some point they'll find themselves some good funding portions to make that a possibility again. Something about truth registration being possible will assist for that. Surprisingly remember catching a bit of the comic writers panel before one of the main events, and interesting little factoid. Apparently a lot of stories in those books are being told through Spike's eyes.
Mm.
But yeah, aside from hoping things will, aside from wondering when they'll be in a position again to have this Kizyan comments a lot of Comes to a lot of fun. Gets to the events I was usually planning out. Glad they can say weekend breakouts. Of course. And it's a great feeling of the whole concert vibe again. There was a bit of interesting catchphrase through the entire weekend. For most obvious reasons. I'll hydrate.
Yep.
Hopefully they won't bring up any questions. Let's see. Basically, after that, catching up on action items that will be detailed later. Getting back to doing just the things for the most part, aside from, of course, day trip. They put that part over pretty well, though I did have to try to correct something of possible importance. Something clearly wasn't a necessity for this trip. Glad to have driven closer to the charts. 72A. Surgeon favorite VA/musicians. Place of residence. Sadly have all the equipment with me, so hopefully we'll have another chance next year for a revisit. But otherwise, very good to find a safe place with a get a few other things. Got a few items of interest. mostly checked off. Able to grab a few souvenir discs from there, and then there, and interestingly,
Right.
tail end had a bit of a snag, but thankfully that was corrected. Hopefully they've got that thing sorted out for the rest of the season. And thankfully we didn't have to do a bit of a switchover. But yeah, as I initialized, got back pretty late. To release have ship parts ready. There was the action the following day, which I will again detail later.
Right.
But yeah, so from the transitions. But yeah, transition side. Things went pretty well. Again, hoping to revisit sometime next year. Revisit around this time next year. And hopefully I'll have all the equipment. And at this point, going to spend some of the coming weeks getting ready for my of the month exactly, getting ready for my next con, as well as now there's certain things to come out. Get ready for another possible day trip.
Right. Yeah, I've also been planning for future convention trips. That's a story for tomorrow. So, with I guess with that week's recap out of the way, time to get into the episode. Owl House Season 3. Not Season 3, Episode 3. We won't get to Season 3 for a while. Uh, it's been a long week. Partly for reasons that, again, I'll get into tomorrow. So, Luz wants Ida to, teach her some magic, but, Ida's busy, grabbing trash from some large worm thing that, had a bit too much salt and died and, floated up onto the shore. So they get into a little bit of argument, and Luz is like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to the place, whatever. And he just like, okay, more stuff for me. Right. You remember not to go full, synopsis, all full, talking about everything, little thing that happened. So, to kind of sum it up, Luz encounters a student from the magic school, ends up sneaking her way in, hijinks ensue. Meanwhile, Ida and King get into a bit of a bet as to who could be a better teacher. King's task is to raise one of those worms to be his obedient soldier. And it's like, okay, give it food, more food, even more food. Oh, you're out of food? You'll do. Yeah, hijinks ensue. Luz makes some new friends. Perhaps a new enemy. We get introduced to, as I'm kind of calling her in my head, the Pacifica of the series. Knowing what I know about what happens about character development later, like, yeah, she is the Pacifica of the series, or at least seems like it right now. Like, it's only one episode, so who knows? But yeah, Luz ends up accepting that. Yeah, Ida's an okay teacher. Also, Luz got banned from the magic school. So everything's good. Ida has her student back. King learns not to feed things past midnight. Wait, wrong movie. But yeah. And the little bit about the principal that we find out, actually, he seems like a pretty cool dude. Like, there's this whole chase scene, and Willow, that's the name of one of Luz's new friends, ends up using this plant seed that Luz had in her pocket from the whole bit at the beginning with the worm, and uses it to grow into like this large plant that grabs the principal and like slams him up into the ceiling. At that point, he'd been trying to stop them from getting away. Luz manages to get out, but the principal is so impressed by the plant work that like, oh Oh wow, that's impressive. Okay, screw what your parents said. You can go to plant magic as your major. Like, okay, like I said, he seems like he's a cool dude. But yeah, it was a fun episode. Introducing more characters, learning a bit more about how magic works. And yeah, I am enjoying the show so far.
Wait, is there a magic school here? Like,
So, what were your thoughts?
Surprisingly good job with established plot points, even fooling us into initial looks. Though admittedly, some Nautilus seats are easy to distinguish.
Yeah.
Certainly glad it didn't go too obvious with the Revison's voice. Almost kind of reminding me how in a lot of live action movie nowadays, they seem to be a lot of live action movies nowadays a bit more feels to be good looking from a facial perspective. Supposed to be doing the obvious and try to make something creepy, scary, obvious. Funny, I don't know how how this whole betting business has been going on for years.
Yeah. Uh,
So references found, but thankfully this go all the way. This means try to avoid obvious references to a certain other that I'm sure some people still have a bit of a beef over. Once again, the humor points. Another standout have to include the understatement. The understatement of. Most kids use in education. There were times I was maybe made a connection for the principal, but thankfully, goes a bit further than just hopping into portals.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, and of course, as you mentioned, how he started out the students. As I said, the humor's been remaining pretty consistent. Strong introductions in terms of the when that may or may not get much focus. Which one's going to be with some designs of the cards for the series, and once again the casting choices get interesting. Aside from the turn to gray, we also aside from the turn to gray, we also get the introduction of well, for this series at least, May Whitman. Hopefully you know your Nickelodeon cartoons at this point.
fun episode, and I'm looking forward to what we'll be watching tomorrow. Hmm. Which recording that and editing it down is going to be one of the few of the main things I actually have to do tomorrow. Other than that, like I just kind of plan on chilling for a bit, since it'll be my first day back with, as far as I know, nothing where I actually have to go out or do anything. Eh. Eh. So, getting into the news, and mind you, this is the news from last week, so some of it may be a little bit out of date, with potential updates tomorrow. So, upcoming sequels still set to release in 2023. Saw 10, Dune 2. Ooh, already. The Nun 2, The Marvels, Expendables, Good Burger 2, The Equalizer 3, The Exorcist Believer, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, Chicken Run, Dawn of the Nugget. Why bother still releasing Aquaman? I mean, everyone knows that it doesn't even matter anymore. It's like, been ahead and write it off as a tax write-off. Eh. A League of Their Own has been cancelled by Prime Video after one season. It was renewed for season 2, but they have reversed that decision. Likewise, the Peripheral has been cancelled by Prime Video after one season. Again, renewed for season 2, but they decided, nah. The Flash has ended its theatrical run with 268 million worldwide, with a budget of around 220 million. And you also have to factor in that possibly a good extra 100 million was spent on marketing. Oof. Is August 26th. So yeah, Ahsoka premiered on August 22nd, one day early. Episode was releasing every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Background actor Nicole Cruiser says she felt pressure to agree to be digitally scanned for The Mandalorian. Before that, she was asked if she would be available for weeks of filming, but she was never called back again after she was scanned. Yep. Movie adaptation of Slime Ranchers in the works. Okay. I've never actually played Slime Ranchers, so... Alright. Michael Cera says that he was a little depressed when Scott Pilgrim vs. the World wrapped filming. He felt like, this was my world, this is my group of friends, and hoped that it was always gonna be this way. Aww. Got a, um, got a first look at Fargo Season 5, starring Juno Temple, John Hamm, and Joe Keery. Premieres on November 21st on FX. First look at Wyatt and Kurt Russell in the Godzilla spin-off series Monarch: Legacy of Monsters. They'll play the same character, Army Officer Lee Shaw, in different eras. Gotta first look at The Walking Dead: Destinies. The game goes through the events of seasons 1 through 4 of The Walking Dead and gives players the choice to rewrite the story and experience what-if scenarios. Hasbro has launched an entertainment division. Projects based on IP and works include Nerf, G.I. Joe, Play-Doh, okay, Peppa Pig, Transformers, My Little Pony, Dungeons and Dragons, and Magic the Gathering. Oh god, don't even get me started on Magic the Gathering with some of the stuff they've been releasing lately. It's like, oh wow, $180 for a package that includes 4 packs of cards of 15 cards each. Oof. At that point, it would probably be cheaper to just buy drugs. Jamie Dornan says he auditioned for Superman and for Man of Steel and showed up in his own suit. Quote, "Was that a mistake? They were Superman pajamas. They weren't an actual suit." Lily Reinhardt says it's, quote, "not been easy to feel you're the butt of a joke when people mock absurd moments from Riverdale. When the absurdity of our show became a talking point, it was difficult. Is it, what the fuck? That's the whole point." Harrison Ford has responded to a species of snake being named after him. Quote, "These scientists keep naming critters after me, but it's always the ones that terrify children. I spend my free time cross-stitching. I sing lullabies to my basil plants, so they won't fear the night." That's kind of funny. TSG has filed a lawsuit against Disney because the studios use nearly every trick in the Hollywood accounting book to hoard hundreds of millions in profit. TSG has been a financier for various movies including Avatar: The Way of Water and Banshees of Inisherin. Gotta first look at the Toxic Avenger reboot, starring Peter Dinklage, Jacob Tremblay, Taylor Page, Elijah Wood, and Kevin Bacon. Angel Manuel Soto says a lot of the combos in Injustice 2 were used as a reference for fights and weapon manifestations in Blue Beetle. Okay, that's kind of neat. Across the Spider-Verse has different versions because an international cut was made 2 months before release to be translated into different languages. Quote, "The team still had some shots they felt that they could do better in the finished version." Okay, that actually kind of makes sense. Like, yeah, okay. Speaking of Spider-Verse, Beyond the Spider-Verse will be released when it is ready. What we're trying to accomplish with the film is have it be the most satisfying conclusion to the story that it can be, adds Chris Miller. The story for Craven the Hunter is described as a tragedy. Quote, when the final credits roll on this film, you won't have the feeling that this is all going to end great, says J.C. Chandor. The new LEGO Marvel Captain America's Shield replica is now on sale. A display based in Captain America minifigure with Mjolnir is included. The completed model measures over 18.5 inches in diameter. Spencer Grammer says, quote, I had my son, I didn't make enough earning wages that year, I didn't qualify for health insurance. I had to find outside health insurance for my child's first year, even though I had been on a popular TV show and was on Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty. Ellen Tudyk adds, quote, if you voice every episode of a Rick and Morty season, you'll make roughly $15,000 only. Producers have been successful in keeping pay very low for voiceover actors. The Simpsons and Family Guy are outliers.
I was starting to feel like I should have checked that. Possibly, I think they were possibly going for outliners.
What they meant is that voice actors for The Simpsons and Family Guys are the exception rather than the rule.
Ah. TMYK.
Yep. Teen Titans Go Season 9. Whoa, it's been going for that long? God, I feel old. Is reportedly in the works. The new season is set to release in 2024. The Adventure Time Complete DVD set is getting a re-release on September 26th. Ooh, nice. Adult Swim's checkered past schedule starting on August 28th. Dexter's Lab at 5 p.m., Ed, Ed and Eddie 5:30, Adventures of Billy and Mandy 6 o'clock, and Courage the Cowardly Dog at 6:30. Frog and Toad has been removed from Apple TV Plus due to a tech issue and will be back on the platform soon. Now, mind you, this was the previous week's news, so it's quite possible that it's already back up.
Yeah, I'll keep my eye open for that when I try to resemble that.
Yeah. No Man's Sky celebrates 7th anniversary by teasing the next update. Echoes. THQ Nordic has 20 unannounced games in development. Or so they claim. DreamWorks All-Star Kart Racing release date revealed. Okay, going to the Twitter since the article thing didn't actually say what the date was. Okay. October 2023. In Modern Warfare 3, the Ghost perk will only be active when you are moving, not when you are stationary. I don't know what the Ghost perk is, so this means nothing to me.
Either actual ghost or a reference to the character from the original version of Modern Warfare.
Ah,
That's my guess.
Pez reveals a zip dispenser. Neat. New lyric video for It All Takes Time released features more clips from Make Your Mark Chapter 5. Okay.
We'll hold the release date for tomorrow.
Yeah. Forza Motorsports reveals famous Le Mans circuit with new trailer. Peter Jackson says Talk to Me isn't just good, it's very, very good. The best, most intense horror movie I've enjoyed in years.
Four-page preview for the Executive Hinge book.
Michael Cera says returning for the Scott Pilgrim anime is, quote, strange and very fun. Every time I've recorded it, I have to send Brian O'Malley an email saying, I love this so much, I'm so excited about it. Uh, it's always nice when the cast is excited to work on a project.
Especially since this one is back in its element.
Yeah. And the fact that they got the crew back together. Like, typically I'd just expect them to recast everyone, but no, they got everyone back.
Southwest Coast and the islands here, they're the ones experiencing some natural disasters. Thanks to Typhoon Land, Ghibli Park, Universal Studios Japan, Nintendo, Asuka, all temporarily closed.
Oof. Oppenheimer is the highest grossing movie of all time to never come to number one at the domestic box office. Currently nearing $700 million worldwide.
Offside edit on Crunchyroll India.
Shuyan Saga is coming to consoles on September 22nd, 2023. I don't even know what that is. Shuyan Saga. Uh, graphic novel adventure. Okay, mixes visual novel adventure with 3D kung fu beat 'em up combat. Okay, that's different. Kurayuka, a full-length anime film, wins at Fantasia International Film Festival. Okay. Rock Paper Scissors will premiere on the Nicktoons YouTube channel on August 19th at 11 a.m. Rock Paper Scissors? What? Oh my god. Just no. Yeah, that does not look good.
Starring Nicholas Cage and Michael Cera, visiting November 10th in theaters. Person comes over at Saturday after appearing at everyone's stream. Co-producer Ari Aster. Christopher Borgli, director.
But yeah, normally I'd start looking at some of my forums. It's like, oh, is there any other news that may have been missed? Except now that's all week out of date, so, eh.
Like a majority of Netflix stars for stardom with it, Millie Bobby Brown ready to move on from Stranger Things, like graduating high school, like senior year. Ready to blossom, flourish. Grateful for the time you've had. Time to create your own message.
Visual effects crews at Marvel Studios have set dates for a vote to unionize. Voting takes place from August 21st to September 11th. Ballots will then be counted on September 12th.
Family of Leonard Bernstein released a statement defending Bradley Cooper after online backlash began about Cooper's appearance for Bernstein in Maestro.
Mark Ruffalo, Lily Reinhardt, and Havana Rose Liu will star in Helen Harper, written, directed, and also starring Cooper Rife. I apologize if I butchered that name. The series follows two siblings whose dad makes them grow up too fast. So fast that the 7 and 9-year-old are played by adult actors. That that uh, that is a decision. Yes.
Question: can they pull off a more universally acceptable version of Jack?
Look. Hmm.
Notice I said universally acceptable.
Yeah.
Projected Oblivion, still looking on target for their December 20th Disney Plus release. Here's been a teaser. First look at Walker Chauvel as the lead. And Edge's Areas. McDowell Chiefs, second win at Legendary Indianapolis Motor Speedway. One of them stayed to 10 to follow. bullets. Penske Knight. Penske Stemmen's Indian bullets. They went down for leaving Missouri with trophies. Byron gets researchers win at the Glen. 3 months and 10 minutes in his wake. Gary says I take the rifting process. See if they return February 18th. Campaign started to bring scene back to Columbus. Rarely discuss the wish to fall city council. Vintage near subject equipment set to parade. Arbitrary City Corporation, South Orange Valley, West Virginia. Federal Headers fans. Has your system. There's a potential rents in the state. Red Williams RDC's to release Berkshire Scenic. Sixty AJM scheduled for Saturday, October 14th. Festival transferred back for 2023. Steve Incorporated hosting Bridgeville Excursions in November. And Arkansas Graduates Friends and Arkansas for the previously Graduates Friends family of Alex Collins, Seattle Seahawks, James Bowman, Lieutenant Governor Ontario, Ambassador to the Union, Predator representative NATO. Jerry Moss, Hall of Fame critic, co-founder of A&M. Lolita, second oldest historical in captivity. Cave Rock, American Joysticks 2022 winner. Should pay Yama. Girls Panther, Princess Principal Producer. Leader de Guerra Rodriguez. Robert Dison. Jaden Cluckert. Crabs and Police in Germany. And then Homesteader, whose name's given to Homesteader's Curve. concerns. Both of us have kind of work to do in order to prepare for tomorrow. On top of
Yep.
how Sundays usually go for the both of us. And which stay safe, stay well, get back. Pray. And